It was a beautiful day.
I went for a bike ride. Sometimes I don't do yoga. No, she was not there yesterday.
You have bike.
We have bikes.
Near
Yeah.
your house or later?
Yeah, I go out in the desert. The desert has a road. I go. It's a little bumpy, but
The sky is green. Wow.
it's good.
It's like not summer, right?
Like a UFO in the
Someone told me yesterday. It's very beautiful. Yeah, I go on a bike ride out in the desert. I can go. It takes me about 10 minutes to get to the desert.
You like your bike?
I do. I'm getting better.
Greatest band of the 80s?
I do it every other day.
Quite possible.
1 hour. Yeah.
Fast.
Pretty serious.
I'm just at my house it's like this.
Striper.
And you sent the text.
Can you
I
name
did. I think I did.
I think I know a rat. So.
White snake? Yeah, white snake.
Rat, I think is
Orange? Yeah, cherry pie. That was one of my
Shall we start?
It's up to you. You want to finish a lot or not?
Okay. Sashi.
Pergi Joshi Netoktam Rira Vinci Ninde Gambali Sangye Shindu Mite Uwagi Roku Namda Shigla Japarsho Idam Guru Lana Mandala Kamyatayami
Sangye.
Chedang Soki Chonamla Changchu Bardu Dami Kapsuji Daki Chunyen Gibe Sanamgi Jola Penchir Sangye Duparsho
Sangye.
Chedang Soki Chonamla Changchu Bardu Dami Kapsuji Daki Chunyen Gibe Sanamgi Jola Penchir Sangye Duparsho
Sangye.
Chedang Sogi Chonamla Changchu Bardu Dagmi Kapsuji Daki Chunyen Gibe Sanamgi Jola Penchir Sangye Duparsho. I'll give you a challenge. Before you do your homework, okay?
Oh.
Explain to Laura, you tell her what your text is, and then you guys are going to tell me what's the master plan of all the text. Yeah, what's your book about? Everybody's doing a book.
My book is about vowed morality. It's about how not to hurt others. And it is like 8 categories. It consists of like layperson's vow and novice monk, novice nun, and intermediate nun, and 4 nuns, 4 monks. In total, like 8 categories.
Okay, good.
And we will also think about how we can apply it in our modern lives to help us to have better life.
Thank you. The master plan?
So yeah, what's the if you had to present all our books, the grand plan? What's the grand plan? What's the first book you would talk about and why?
You would talk about the first turning of the wheel.
Good,
the first
good.
teachings
So
of
Buddha
Buddha.
taught 3 times in his life, 3 big principles. We have from the first turning of the wheel.
2 gangs,
What's his book?
dependent origination.
Wheel of Life. Wheel of Life.
And then Mr. Wu's book, Karma Vibhanga.
All the kinds of
All
karma,
different kinds of karma.
which is the first period of Buddha's life. Early teaching. Then what's the second period of Buddha's life? They call the middle period.
He talked about emptiness.
Yeah.
So that you would give someone who's really smart, like, make a book.
So what's the 2 books? Heart Sutra commentary by Choni Lama and Diamond Cutter commentary by Choni Lama. We covered the second period of Buddha's life. What about the third period of Buddha's life?
Third period of fine distinctions.
What the Buddha really meant.
Yes, what I read.
What did he teach in the third period of his life?
Mind only school.
Why?
Because
there was a bad reaction to the second
people
teaching.
didn't get it.
People said, "What's this? Nothing. Heart Sutra, Diamond Cutter. What's this thing?" Then he said, "Okay, listen. This is what I meant." Okay. So the third time, the last part of his life, he's explaining. I didn't mean nothing exists. I didn't mean there's no good karma, no bad karma. I didn't mean that. Then he wrote a big book about explaining it. Which book are we using for that?
And sects. Sandinova China's Sutra.
Who is that? Stanley. Who is he? You got a guess here.
Like one of the greatest translators in China, his name is Master Xuanzang, who walked to India for 17 years and brought back 1,000 books and finished all the translations. Xuanzang. He's a Chinese.
He's a Chinese monk.
And then he has two major students, and one of them, it's called Master Yuan Ce, and he wrote a great commentary on this sutra called What I Really Meant, like 2,000 pages, and it's the only Chinese written book collected in the Tibetan
Scriptures.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
only Chinese.
Yeah.
Nice.
Among 5,000
Yeah.
books,
Yeah.
only one Chinese.
So we are translating that with his team. He has 81 translators in China. So I go there 3 times a year. We are translating that. Yeah.
Huge. Oh, we are only translating one.
We're doing one chapter. It will take 10 years.
It's 4 volumes, isn't it?
It's 2 volumes.
2? Oh, I thought it was 4.
No, it's 2,000 pages.
2.
So, by the way, the general conversion is 5 to 1.
Right.
So it'll be 10,000 English pages. Whoa. Okay, so that's the third turning of the wheel. What happened after that?
And then, or Buddha passed into Nirvana.
Buddha died, then people started making schools. What was the first one?
Abhidharma.
Yeah, and we got 2 books from the Abhidharma school.
Alison and Stanley.
Yeah, she's doing Vinaya, morality. And he's doing Abhidharma,
Stanley Bond.
which is like philosophy. His Wheel of Life, that's earlier. His first turning of the wheel. Okay, what happened after that?
More schools. Sutras. People got all logical with it.
Yeah, later, people start to use a lot of logic. And that school is Adam. He's doing that book. Yeah, debate. Then the third school, Mind Only, and that's the Human Dictionary. Word is doing Mind Only School. He's doing Mind Only School. Talk.
Oh.
What books are you doing?
I'm doing, well, we're doing actually kind of like 3 books in one.
Yeah.
Well, because
So Stanley, but he didn't mention it.
Lord Tsongkhapa made one book that is incomprehensible, and that's called the root text on the difficult points of the mind-only school. And then that was incomprehensible, so he explained it, and that was incomprehensible to us. And so we had to find someone who had explained that. And so Monk at Gandhin, who we call Fearless Blade, because he was on the debate ground, we call him like the blade of the debate ground.
Sword.
Sword.
How do you say it in Spanish? En español.
Espada.
Espada.
Yeah.
His name is Espada.
Sí, espada de debate. Anyway, so and so he made a commentary which is like basically explaining word by word each of what the words in Tsongkhapa's root text, and so hopefully that's going well, and hopefully we can take all that information and go back and explain the commentary to the root text we couldn't understand.
Okay, fourth school has 2 parts. But first, you have to see how the fourth school relates to all the other schools. So you could go to
Comparative philosophy.
Nagarjuna. You could go to Nagarjuna. 2,000 years ago. 2,000 years ago.
Wow.
And he wrote a book,
Oh, I see.
How Buddha taught emptiness, even in the Abhidharma. And that he's translating. Okay? Nagarjuna. Okay? And then Then we go deeper into the Diamond Cutter Sutra. There's an ancient commentary. No one ever translated it. No one ever taught it. 1,300 years ago? 1,200 years ago. He wrote a big commentary to the Diamond Cutter. So we are working on that. Some old man's working on that. And then... yeah, and just before Tsongkhapa died, he wrote 1,000 pages about emptiness. So we're translating that. That's, yeah, fourth school. I get to do the fourth school. Middle way school. Then you need someone to discuss all the schools. And there's a special book that he's translating. It's called All the Schools. Then he compared all the schools. Then you need to practice. It's not enough to have philosophy. You need books about how to practice. So you should go to...
Lojong.
Meditation. She's translating a whole book about how to meditate on emptiness. Special book, Tsongkhapa student, how to do emptiness meditation many ways. That's her book. And Lojong. Seiji, who's downstairs, he's translating how to get the good heart. How to get the good heart. Lojong. How to develop the good heart. Very beautiful book. Did I miss anybody?
One thing I have number.
We translated
Fasting and meditation.
how to fast, how to not eat for 1 day or not eat for 2 days, and do special meditations. And we finished that. We translate that.
Meditation.
So we do 16 books. This group is doing, but they cover all of Buddhism. Okay.
Amazing, congratulations.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
I'm studying ACI 15.
Yeah. Third turning.
Yes. So it's
Very good. Okay.
talking about.
That's that book.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's a strong ACI.
Because it's why I'm excited by just yes.
Very nice.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let's go. She has homework questions.
Yay.
Take the computer. Each teacher, each translator have to give 3 homework questions every day. Go.
Good.
First one. Tibetan words.
Tibetan. You should put a T
To be
Oh,
To be in.
capitalize the word
To be or
Tibetan.
not to be in.
Okay, this is difficult one.
there.
To command, yeah, correct.
That's right.
But it looks very close to the word for
Smearing.
planting a karmic seed. Okay. Okay, next.
The second one, I'm not sure about which one.
No S.
No S.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, good.
The way of the house.
No S.
No, remember?
Without the S.
Nest to establish.
Yeah, good. Married people's
Their house.
Hearth and home.
hearth and married people's setup.
I just
Are you trying to help?
Kim means house.
Right.
Tab means oven or stove.
So it's nest.
It means a married person's
house.
house. Yeah, their whole, the whole thing, kids, food, job, car, all these things.
So married person's house.
Yeah, but it means the whole support system. You need a job, you need a car, you need the parents to watch the kids. It gets a big thing. Where did this word come up?
Matchmaker.
Yeah.
Don't make me.
A nun is not allowed to matchmake for people who want to set up their little nest. Why?
Because
someone messed up.
Because when they get divorced, they will blame the nun.
Broke up.
So the nun is not allowed to introduce people to each other. Okay. Next one.
But
This is tough. This is only in Vinaya. Only in Vinaya. Nope.
No, Canadian.
Oh, don't leave the confines of the cloister. Is that not where it came up?
No.
Close.
Give them clues. Give them clues.
There's no evidence.
Yeah, good. No. Bhaktam means there is a little evidence.
Little.
Okay.
That's right.
So one nun tell the other nun, you did a bad thing yesterday. But she doesn't know for sure, so she break her own vow.
Hearsay.
There's a little hearsay.
Hearsay.
Put an A in there. No, not there.
SAY.
There you go.
Yeah.
It means you hear and you say.
Yeah, hearsay.
Rumor. It means rumor.
Can we say with some indication?
Yeah, perfect. Perfect. It means you heard something, but it's not proof. Okay, but you talk about it like it's proof. Okay, good.
Okay.
Very common, I guess, with all of us. Yeah.
3 questions. First one,
Okay, let's listen.
in the second leftover vow, what do you accuse of what nun of doing?
Somebody accused another nun. What did she accuse her?
Having sex with a man or like
Not-
holding hands with a man that looked like they could be doing it.
Oh, of accepting money.
Well, that's an example.
Yeah,
Accepting money for something.
Which one is it?
commit defeat.
Which one is it? I don't remember. What is the second one? I don't remember.
Committing a,
What are you accusing?
accuse them of committing a defeat.
Commit defeat.
Doing a,
Oh, they did a serious bad deed. Okay. With evidence or with no evidence?
Some indication.
No proof.
evidence.
No
she
evidence.
may, she may.
Yeah, good. She may.
Groundless.
No, you didn't see anything. You're just lying. Oh, she had sex yesterday with a man.
Should I add?
But you weren't even in town yesterday.
Should I end the question for no reason?
Probably, if that's the one you're talking about. I don't know.
How can we
With no evidence
with no evidence?
at all.
Okay.
It's just lie, okay? And it's the most serious, it's one of the 8 most serious nuns vow. To accuse another nun because you are jealous or something.
It is a pampa?
Yeah, it's a pamba.
Dogma.
I'm sorry,
Yeah, it's
plagma.
to accuse them of
Secondary,
yeah.
second order vow. Which is probably the best translation we'll ever get.
Second order.
Third order, fourth order. Okay.
The second question. In the third leftover vow, do you have proof for what you accused the other nun of?
Now it's some indication.
Pak Tam.
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
Pak
We
Tam.
covered it just now.
Yeah, there's some rumors.
Yeah.
Somebody saw something. They were walking together. There's no proof. But you act like there's proof.
What does it say, Alison? It's groundless and based on heresy.
Heresy.
Hearsay.
Hearsay.
There you go. It means rumor. You know. Somebody said maybe she was walking with him.
Okay.
That's why you don't walk with men, because somebody will make a rumor.
Okay.
Okay.
The third one. In the fourth leftover vow, are you not allowed to take money at all?
Yes.
That's true.
It's from
I trust whatever the nun.
Are you allowed to take money ever?
At all.
No.
In the fourth.
As a nun, can you take a red envelope?
Yeah.
Of course. Yes. But you cannot take it if it looks like it would be,
Prostitute.
if it looks like the man is trying to get you to do something.
Sex or
You
something.
know, here's $1,000 for your monastery. Can you go on a date tonight? And like that, you have a other reason. Okay. Then you should say, you know, thank you very much. We already paid for that. Okay, got it? Are you done?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Nice homework.
Actually, we have to stop in 20 minutes
20 minutes.
because we have the photo today.
Sunam has the plane. Let's go. Alison.
The,
Oh, sorry,
the
sorry.
heads-up display. seems-
Duh.
I'm sorry, Lamang, we don't have your text.
I sent it to you. It's in your email. Just now I sent it to you. Should be in your email.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's got the plane?
Sunam.
Talk loud. She has to hear you.
Okay.
Don't be shy.
Data in more.
Tetar.
Data.
Tar.
Data in.
Tar.
Data.
Tar.
Dar.
Okay.
Data in more. Ijewe hakmada.
Okay, good. Chawa. You guys, you know the story I always tell you.
From
Give me a piece of paper.
The reality after somebody's going to
I like to explain this verb because
sounds
It-
like this.
That's it.
comes. You can do it. You do the show.
Yeah, right. The two.
Listen. That's called shell.
Was that a picture or was that somebody saying shell?
So this verb came from shell, which means to separate. Okay. Unfortunately, a homonym in Sugang's text is depend, be connected. Okay.
The opposite.
Unfortunately, they sound exactly the same. Okay, so Delway Lagma, second level breaking vowel, to do that same thing during the day.
Oh, well,
So what was the one before?
to be walking outside the monastery at night without any
Boy, that was a couple days ago.
was. Hey, we got nuns here. They know.
To be separated,
Be without someone else from the cloister.
to be separated from a body of nuns.
Yeah.
Okay, from a group of nuns.
Practicing
Oh, that's
well.
right.
So why do you think the other one came first?
It's more dangerous.
It's more dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay, if you walk around alone, away from the nuns, from the other nuns, at night, it's more serious. But even during the day, you're not supposed to be separated very far from the group of nuns. Okay, and this is talking India when it was dangerous for a woman to walk around alone. Even when I first went to India, I mean, they used to really bother women.
Think still?
They still do terrible things. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Go. You gotta go fast today.
Ring.
Krim? Wait, who's got the plane? Sunam? Krim?
Can you speak a little louder? It's really hard to hear you.
Tim.
Jim cho mẹ wa
Talk.
cho mẹ
Joke.
cho mẹ wa
Me par. Sorry.
mẹ ba
Miss Carp.
cho ki trong ki nhẹ khơi lệ để he lo
Draw.
làm đủ chúc he lạc mà đằng.
Good. Now, where's the name of the vowel?
At the end.
At the end. So the syntax is opposite.
Right.
Go to the end for the name of the vowel, and then the description of the vowel will be first.
Right.
Okay? So the vowel is called lam de jupe, lam de jupa.
Walking on the path.
Yeah, walking on a path or walking on a road. But it doesn't mean that, okay? So usually the name is not the description.
Right.
And you have to have the description or you're going to misunderstand, okay? What does it mean to walk on a path? It means without a timdok, tsul timki tokpo,
Without a virtuous homie.
friend. Yeah, and we should say tokmo, right?
Right.
Tsul timki tokmo. Without a female friend who's also keeping vows, okay?
Well,
You go beyond day, len day, you go beyond.
town. Or the
Yeah,
Confines of
confines of a town. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Environs
Environment.
of a town. You go far from the town. Okay.
Outside of town.
Without another nun with you who is keeping her vows.
Well,
So it doesn't count if you have a nun with you who's not keeping her vows. Okay. Okay, got it? All right. All right, this one's easy. Go.
Chim
Oh, who's up? Stanley. Got the airplane.
chim
Be tough.
chim cho mẹ pa chú tre we lạc mà đằng.
Gal.
Giao
Sagma.
lạc mà đằng.
Yeah, okay. Gal means swim. Well, gal means to cross, actually. A body of water. It means to cross a body of water. So, crossing a body of water. What is that? And I looked it up. It's swimming across a river by yourself. If 50 nuns swim across the river together, it's okay.
without a keeper friend.
Okay. Yeah, without another nun with you who's keeping her vows. Okay.
It's actually wrong.
You're not allowed to. Excuse me.
In particular, this one is without, it's like a group.
The commentary I saw said a group.
Yes.
This says a friend, okay, or maybe it means at least, or without the friends, but it's not plural in the Tibetan here. Okay. You can already see, but anyway. Go ahead. Who's got the plane? Stanley still?
Chim ki
Nice. Ki, stretch it out.
ki sepa,
But
ra, to impair
Njin.
Jin,
Bei.
Be Lakma Dam.
Good. It took me a while to figure this out because otherwise it was. Sepa Uppa means should be killed. You know, this is the same Uppa as in our heart. Worthy to be killed. Then I was like, what's this all about? Timki means according to the law of that country, which normally in India was the king's command. Okay? So you have a woman, another woman, who is condemned to death by the law. She did something and she's been judged, and she's a professional criminal. Okay? She is a real criminal. And she's under judgment by the court, and she escaped or something. Okay. Then what happened historically is they came to the nunnery and said, "I want to be a nun." It happened in Europe, right? A lot. They come and be a nun, and nobody sees them. So, and this is interesting. This is the verb for rapchung.
Right. Leaving the home life.
To Jimba.
To jimba them.
Yeah, that's
To rap the chungwa them.
give them freedom from the home life.
Yeah, ordain them.
Ordain them.
To ordain them. So rapchung is a vow of ordination that you take whether you're a novice or an intermediate nun or a full nun. Before that, you have to take ordination. You have to leave the home life, raptu chung. But this is the verb, raptu njin. It took me so long to figure it out.
Grant them that.
Took me my whole dinner. So I didn't have a very good dinner. It's your fault. Okay. So what's this mean?
It means granting ordination to someone who's a condemned criminal.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
And so of course you have to know that they're a condemned criminal. If you don't know, you don't break the vow.
Right.
But there's a lot of vows
Right.
that are vows because it would be dangerous for the Sangha.
Right.
You see, and we don't allow monks to become monks, for example, if they have large debts.
Right.
And they're running away from their debt and they join the monastery.
Because the government could then expect.
Yeah, because the government might punish all the monks or all the nuns, okay? So you're not allowed to make a nun who's I would say condemned criminal. It didn't seem in the books that I saw that she had to have killed, that she had to be under capital punishment.
Right.
Just that she had done some serious crime, and you shouldn't ordain such a woman because it will cause trouble for the whole nuns, all the nuns. Okay, all right. The old ordination requirements were pretty stringent. You know, basically you couldn't be a slacker. You had to be an exceptional person before you would be made a nun. Okay. Okay, go. Kimba. Chepa. Shiwe.
No lempe lakmadam.
Okay, good. I worked on this for a long time, and that's why I'm so frustrated by the earlier Vinaya work I did. Each one of these takes like an hour, and I lost like 3 years of work, 4 years of work. So anyway, yeah, I'll do it. I don't mind to do it again, but I'm gonna, you know. Okay, it's got to be recorded well. Nyedu Mayimba. Nyedu Mayimba is a Vinaya idiom, and it means not a close relative. Who is not a close relative. Nyedu. Okay, Mayimba means who is not a close relative. Kimba.
Householder.
Yeah, non-nun, who's not ordained. Rikyu Chepa is an idiom which means with this death, the family line will be cut.
Wow.
Okay, with this death, the family line will stop. Okay, which in India was a big bad thing. It was a very serious thing. You know, all the Singh family would be end, no male heir. Okay, so this was a very serious thing. But to me, what it means, having studied it, and I wrote all my notes below. I have many, many notes. Okay. it means there's gonna be dispute about who gets the money. You see what I mean? There's no clear heir. They didn't write a clear will. There's no, what do you call it? Surviving close relative. Okay? Then it means there's going to be controversy, even in nowadays. Okay? So Rikyu Chepa means in a case where there's no clear heir, you're not allowed to take that money. Shiwa means a person who died. Nor means their money or their possessions. Lemba, you're not allowed to. A nun is not allowed to accept possessions from the death of a person who has no clear heirs, because there's going to be a fight. There's going to be an argument, and it will embroil the nunnery. All the nuns will get into defending, whose money is it? Okay, got it? Took me so long. There's my notes. By the way, again, these are more difficult because the full nuns' vows were lost in Tibet. They weren't kept for 1,000 years. So to really understand it, you got to go back to the Buddha's time. So I'm sitting there reading all these long Vinaya Sutras. Okay, go.
Tikpa zo chepe le chepe gelung mala lang chik juk
Rangi.
Rangi chuk du Sopa Sop du So du Juk pe lak madam.
Okay, good. It took me a long time also. Dikpa here means, we have dikpa meaning bad deed. It's not spelled this way, but apparently it's the same thing. Okay, so it means a serious bad deed. Chepele means it's so bad they should have been cut from the monastery. Okay, so this chepa means they should have been expelled. So they have done an action which has resulted in they are expelled from the nunnery. Okay, so this woman has been expelled from the nunnery. And that's a long process. It requires a vote of a lot of nuns. So it's a serious thing. It's not somebody's abbot says you go. It's a long process to unmake someone a connection with a nunnery. Okay, so, but it's been done. Then you take that nun, Geloma, and you say, come to me. Rangi Tungdu means at my feet, right? Before me. Sepasul, we had it before.
Ask for forgiveness.
Yeah, ask me for forgiveness, and all is good, and you can come back to the monastery. So you're kind of overruling all the nuns' decision. Maybe she's your friend, and you say, you confess to me and everything's fine, and you can come back to the nunnery, okay? Then you break a vow, because it's going to be trouble. She's going to come back, 99 nuns voted against her, and there's going to be trouble, okay? All right, it was difficult to understand. By the way, Chungdu is a very important word in epistolary Tibetan.
Doesn't mean to be born, like a high...
No. What's epistolary?
Letter writing.
Yeah, in letter writing. In English, you say dear Laura or dear Ben, okay? In Tibetan, you say Benki Chungdu, comma, and you start your letter. Or often you say Pul, Bengi Chungdu Pul. Instead of saying dear Ben, you say I offer this at the feet of Ben. Or in the presence of Ben, I offer this letter. And that's very, very elegant, okay? If you write any correspondence to a Tibetan, and you start with Chungdu Pul, you're in. Okay? Then they're like, wow, this guy knows something. So there are whole books about how to write letters. And Rinpoche had one really beautiful book about how to write letters, like this thick. And we got to get a copy of it.
Wow, so probably sitting.
It's a Western book format. It's a paperback. It's falling apart 20 years ago. So it's up there. Somebody should get it.
Give Ramachandra.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right?
Okay.
Agree?
Mazal.
Mazal? Okay. No, we can't lose this book.
And then have it input?
Maybe TBRC has it. I don't know. Maybe Gene Smith had a copy. I don't know.
Do you know the name of it later? No.
It's kind of like Yikke, writing Yikkes or something. I don't know. How are we doing? How are we doing on
We
time?
have 5 minutes.
Okay, let's go, Alison.
No.
Adam's got the plane.
Jo we sen ki ki xin tu jik tu kong jo kong wa so jo pala lok ching mi yen pa dok ching mi yen pa hong we lak ma dang.
Yeah, this one wasn't clear. I worked on it for a long time. It's not clear. But when these vowels have minyamba, any of these vowels have minyamba,
Didn't listen.
it means, generally it means not to listen to other nuns' advice or elder nuns' advice. So minyamba, anytime it comes in a vowel, usually it means you're not listening to an older nun who's trying to give you advice. So you give up boa their advice, okay? You don't want to listen to it, okay? And you keep acting the way you want to. You ignore the advice. Dok. You act the opposite way. She says you shouldn't be doing this, and you just do the opposite. With what regard? You say things like "God damn" or "Jesus Christ." Okay, it's a common curse in Tibetan. Yeah, if you want to say "up," in Tibetan you say "3 jewels." Okay, and it's a bad word. It's like Jesus Christ or God damn. Okay, so and in this case you even say, F the 3 jewels. Okay, okay, don't want me to give up. To hell with the 3 jewels. Okay, you say something like, why do you say that?
Oh my lord, because you're angry.
Good, troll. Okay, you're pissed off. You hit your thumb with a hammer, and you say, Jesus Christ. So okay.
Yep.
Like and you say something like, I would even give up the 3 jewels. To heck with the 3 jewels. Okay. And then the other nuns say, calm down, don't say stuff like that. You're planting a bad seed in your mind. Oh, I didn't mean I was going to give up. Yeah, but it's a bad. And then you don't listen to them. Okay. Someone's trying to correct you about how you use God's name. And then you don't listen. Okay. One last one, right?
Yes. We have 2 minutes. So
All right, go.
Gelong ma shen la tap ro tap jo che pa long dok kyang mi yen pa da jo che pe lak ma dang.
Good. As you know, Lakma is repeated many times here. It means second category vowel, second heavy vowel. Gelong ma shenla, to another full nun, you are having fights with them. You are arguing with them. You are having fights with them, okay? And people try to dok by you.
Turn you back.
But you minyan.
Don't listen.
But you don't listen to them. Then the name of that vow is fighting vow, the vow against fighting. Tapjol means fighting, okay, any kind of fighting. There's a long list. Arguing, complaining, whining. It could be verbal fighting. So somehow you have a dispute. You have trouble with another nun. And then the other nuns say, come on, you guys calm down. And you say no. Then you break the vow. Okay? All right. Gendun Yen, the worst of the 5 big bad deeds.
Right. Splitting up the
Split up the Sangha. What's the opposite? Gendun Dum.
Bring the sangha together.
People are not friends. People are split up. And you say, come on, you guys, let's go to dinner together. Or something like that. And you try to reconcile people. Dum. B-Z-L-U-M.
Oh.
Okay, and it comes in the vows. Yeah, yeah. Monks and nuns are required to wear dumbo,
Circular.
a circular skirt. But when you're talking about the sangha, it means like the robes are supposed to do like this. Then it means bring the sangha back together. Okay. And there's dumcheki choga. There's formal rites.
Oh, that's
Rites of reconciliation.
together.
You do a special ceremony, everybody shakes hands, and then the next day you do it again. Just kidding.
Sashi.
Puki Jushi Meto Cham Rira Lingshi Nyende Gempani Sangye Shingdu Mikte Uargi Jokun Namda Shingha Chuparsho Iram Guru Ranamandana Kaniyatayami
Kewa.
Di Kewo Kun Sunam Yeshe Tok Tok Shin Sunam Yeshe Le Chung We Tamba Kuni Toparsho Shmogri Dokri.
Thank you again.
By the way, when I outlined our project, I forgot to say one thing. And we have a secondary team. What do? They take all the English translation into Spanish, German, Russian, Indonesian, Chinese, Arabic. We have a whole team. Argentine, Spanish.
That'd be so cool.
White conch.
White.
Plenty white.